Hey friend, welcome back to Grow My Business. This is the show where we talk about how to build a profitable business without living on your phone or constantly posting on socials. And it's where we believe that growing your business doesn't have to mean that you are fanning the flame that leads to burnout. If you want to make an impact and an income with your small business, this is the show for you. Today is episode 80. I can't even believe that we're 80 episodes into this podcast. We've grown, we've shifted, we've changed, we've really put some good practices into place, and I'm excited for the future of this show. Today is part 2 of how to hire a business coach. And let's just dive right in because last episode, in episode 79, we talked about questions to ask yourself to determine whether you need a business coach and what areas of business that you might need help in, you might need coaching in, or you might need to hire a consultant in, right? So there are lots of options of types of coaches, and I want to go through some of these with you today to help you better understand how to hire a business coach. So welcome to part 2. There are more options than ever when it comes to getting business support. So here is a breakdown of what's available and how to think about kind of each category or each type of business support, especially when it comes to coaching. So the first thing I want to talk about is micro coaching versus macro coaching. Macro with an A, macro coaching looks at the full picture of your business. So think about it like looking at the forest, not the individual trees. We're looking at the overall business health, the overall business plan, right? Whereas micro coaching zooms in on a specific area, aka the trees, not the forest. Like hiring a speaking coach if you want to improve your speaking skills, right? Or a financial coach to help you plan for retirement, or a mindset coach to help you work through thought processes, attitudes, or biases that you might have in certain areas of your business. So think about what problem you're actually trying to solve. Go back to episode 79 if you're not sure about that yet. Maybe it's overall, maybe it's one specific area, but think about what problem or problems you're actually trying to solve right now. And if you're not sure, a generalist or a macro type of coach might help you figure out what it is you need and where you need to dive deeper. So let's dive a little bit deeper into the macro versus micro. Macro coaching, aka your big picture business coaching. This type of coaching focuses on your entire business model. So the macro coach is going to help you see all of the moving parts and pieces and looking at the big puzzle, not just the individual pieces and what we need to find. So they will look at things like marketing, sales, financials, your team, your operations, your product development. They will look at everything, right? They look at the big picture. Then they help you create a strategic plan and make sure that the parts of your business are working together instead of fighting each other. With a macro type coach, you're looking at strategic planning sessions. You're looking at business assessments. You're going to look at the broad scope of your business. You're going to get feedback on that, and you're going to make decisions and put systems into place to help everything work together. You're going to also get help aligning your time, your team, and your revenue goals. So if you are just getting started and you don't know what you don't know and you don't know what to do next, a macro coach might be the type of coach for you. You also could look at a macro coach if you've hit a plateau and you're not sure what's causing it. Or if you want clarity across multiple departments or areas, not everyone has a team, right? But you could be looking at the different areas of your business or the different departments in air quotes of your business and need or want more clarity as to what to do next in those areas of your business, right? So let's flip over to micro coaching. This is AKA your specialty or niche coaching. Niche coaching. I think it's pronounced niche. Anyway, this is like someone like me. I focus on sales and marketing and time management, right? So this is more of a laser focused coach that focuses or is specifically coaching you in one area of your business. So again, sales, branding, social media, copywriting, your systems, maybe it's speaking or financial management. This could be an accounting type of coach. Micro coaches or specialty coaches tend to work with more experienced business owners who have a good idea of what's broken or where the bottleneck or where the problem is, and they need help fixing that one thing, but they are not sure how to do that. Now, you might need a micro coach, and it might make sense to get a micro coach if you've already built a functioning business, but one or more areas of your business, there's some weakness that you've identified. You also might want to hire a micro coach or a specific type of coach if you want to hit a specific goal. So, for example, if you want to improve your close rates, you hire a sales coach. If you want to write better emails, you might hire a copywriting coach. If you want to prep for a TED Talk, for example, you would hire a TED Talk coach, right? If you want to increase your number of leads, you want to hire a marketing coach, right? You get the idea, right? If you're refining your craft and deepening your expertise in a specific skill, that's when micro coaching makes sense. Now, again, examples of micro coaching could be sales coaching, launch strategy, Instagram coaching, Pinterest coaching, productivity or time management coaching, but you'll get tactical advice for that specific area or that specific goal. They might provide templates, frameworks, execution or strategy plans. It's more of a how-to and less of a big picture overall strategy. So at this point, do you think that you know whether you need overall help, meaning a macro level coaching, or do you need to improve a particular part of your business, meaning do you need micro level coaching? So that's probably the first question that you need to answer. The next type of coaching I want to highlight is one-on-one coaching versus group coaching. And there are definitely advantages to each type of coaching. So high-level overview, one-on-one coaching is highly customized. You get super deep support, right? You get direct feedback. You get a coach who's tracking your progress very closely. One-on-one coach is private support. So you meet with a coach individually and everything is tailored to you and your specific business. Versus group coaching, where group coaching is when a coach supports a small group of people at the same time. So usually combining some sort of teaching and an open Q&A or a coaching hot seat where you show up online or in person and you get 8 minutes a piece. I don't know, I'm making up numbers here, but you maybe get 8 or 10 minutes a piece to ask questions, to work through something really quickly with a coach, and then the next person goes. It's often more affordable. You also benefit from other people's questions and experiences. So look for programs with clear structure and room for your specific needs. But the question here is, do you need personalized attention, meaning one-on-one coaching, or are you more motivated by a community and shared growth and learning from not only the coach, but the members of the community or group? Now, here are a few differences to consider when you're considering one-on-one coaching versus group coaching. Now, research suggests that one-on-one coaching can accelerate results, meaning you get to the goal faster, especially for new or stuck business owners, because the support is very personalized. Now, that said, on the flip side, group coaching can outperform one-on-one in environments where peer learning, accountability, and idea exchange are key. There was actually a study published in 2020 in the International Journal of Evidence-Based Coaching. They found that group coaching participants reported increased confidence and clarity, especially when paired with a structured curriculum. So you learn something and then you apply it to your business. Now, cost and accessibility of one-on-one versus group coaching can also make an impact, right? One-on-one coaching is typically more expensive because you're paying for time and you're paying for their full focus. Whereas group coaching offers support at a lower investment, meaning you're spending less on the coaching, but it's often with similar frameworks and access to a coach, but in a different format, meaning you're in a group and you're talking in front of a group. So some coaches now offer kind of hybrid models where they have a group session and a one-on-one session check-in, or sometimes it's through like an app like Voxer or Marco Polo, I think is maybe the other one that I've seen people use. But it really depends on the cost and accessibility of how often you want coaching, whether you really want to hit it hard and you want full focus of your coach, then one-on-one may be the option there versus group coaching where you need a little bit of support, a little bit of motivation and momentum, but you really are learning from the group as well. The other thing to consider in this type of coaching is your learning style and your personality fit. If you're introverted or you get overwhelmed in group settings, one-on-one coaching might feel better to you. If you love collaboration, if you love learning from others, if you love being a part of a supportive community, group coaching can be highly motivating and highly successful. Another thing to consider in the one-on-one versus group coaching is accountability and community. So group coaching often includes built-in accountability. You are saying what you are going to do in front of other people, and then also seeing others take action can light a fire, right? It's you see their wins and the progress they're making, and it makes you want to do the same. It makes you want to make progress and build momentum. And that's worth something, in my very humble opinion, okay? On the flip side of that, one-on-one coaching can keep you laser focused on your goals. There's no hiding, there's no distractions, there's no excuses. It is you and the coach, and they are going to be holding your feet to the fire. So some questions that you can ask yourself on this is, do I need deep personalized attention, or am I looking for support with implementation and encouragement? The next question would be, do I want to be seen and known individually by my coach, or am I okay being part of a group and learning from the whole group? And then the third question I would ask is the investment level that you are willing and able to make, right? Like, don't go into debt to get a high ticket coach when you really can't afford it. There are affordable options out there, and I'm going to talk about an affordable option for my ladies in business in just a little bit. Okay, there's one more category that I want to talk about, and it's life coaching versus business coaching. Now, a life coach is available and ready to help when the problem is personal and or maybe mindset related. Maybe there was something in your childhood or growing up, or something someone said to you at some point along the way that really stuck and you can't seem to get over that hump. Not all business blocks are strategy problems. Sometimes they are personal things that we need to work through. Sometimes they are mindset related. And once we remove that obstacle, then our business can move forward. And sometimes a life coach is a more appropriate coach for your type of problem if that's the case. So if your main challenge is like fear, self-doubt, people-pleasing, procrastination, or unclear priorities, a life coach may be more effective for you than a business coach. Life coaches can help you sort through emotional, mental, and even habit-based issues that keep you from moving forward and implementing what you already know to do. They help you remove those humps or those roadblocks in your mind, okay? Whereas business coaches are more strategy driven, they're more structure driven, they put systems into place like sales, marketing, operations, time management, goal setting, things that are definitely and directly tied to growing or improving your business. And they're more results focused, meaning they're more focused on bigger revenue, better clients, improved workflow, things like sales skills, clarity around your offers and messaging, right? And the approach of business coaches often take a more practical, action-oriented type of approach. You'll often walk away with tools, plans, scripts, tasks, things to implement in your business, right? So business coaches are best for business owners who know exactly what they want. They just don't know how to make it happen. Whereas life coaches might help you overcome things like mindset, emotional wellness, confidence, um, building or repairing relationships, personal goals, and beliefs that might be holding you back. Now, there are business coaches out there who are also mindset coaches. So that's also something to look into. But life coaches really increase your self-awareness. They help you improve habits. They help you build things like confidence, better boundaries, and clarity on why you're doing things the way you're doing them, right? So life coaches can feel more introspective or coaching through questioning, and they often have less of an emphasis on the step-by-step strategy, right? Now, life coaches are best for people who are experiencing internal resistance, things like burnout, lack of confidence, or navigating life transitions that are impacting their ability to show up in their business. That's when a life coach might be best for you. So, quick check in on this category. Are you spinning your wheels because you don't know what to do next? Then you need a business coach. Or are you stuck because of fear, procrastination, or something like self-doubt? Then a life coach or a mindset-focused business coach might be a better fit for you. Now, while we just talked about 3 different categories of coaching, I also want to talk about coaching alternatives. Now, while I do believe that everyone should hire a business coach at some point, not everyone needs a business coach right away. You might start somewhere in what I would call coaching alternatives, in air quotes, you can't see my hands. Things like self-paced courses, finding a podcast like this one that speaks to the stage of your business, or a paid or free membership community. So let's go through these because I want to make sure that you really know what you're getting into when you choose these options, right? If you're in a self-paced course, if you're in a season where time, budget, or energy is just limited, because we all get into those seasons as business owners, but you still want to grow, a well-structured, self-paced course can be a game changer for your business. Now, self-paced courses can be great for implementing a proven strategy at your own pace. You learn through modules or lessons or, weeks of going through content. And then they often come with a workbook or a step-by-step process that you can follow. Now, the thing is, you just have to make sure that the course creator teaches the way that you learn. Some people love slides and slide decks and frameworks, and others need examples and action steps to do next, right? So some people are visual learners, some people are audio learners, some people are a combination of both. So find a self-paced course that matches that. Now, the courses are ideal for tackling specific areas like sales skills, like my Sales Simplified course, or marketing strategy, or setting up systems. That you just need to be honest about whether you'll actually finish it or not, because self-paced doesn't mean self-motivated, okay? So if you are someone that is self-motivated and you will commit to a course, that can be a great option for you. Now let's talk about the second option here, a podcast. Like this one, right? Think of podcasts like this one as mini coaching sessions in your earbuds. You can binge on episodes that address exactly what you're stuck on. You can look for shows hosted by people with real experience and real businesses, not just social media influencers, right? But people who really are doing what you want to do, or they've done what you want to do. Learn from those people. And many of us have a podcast. I want to grow my podcast, and if that's my goal, I'm going to listen to podcasts about growing podcasts, right? If you want to build your trades business, you might listen to a show like this one where you learn sales skills, you learn how to market, you learn how to connect with people. So look for shows hosted by people who have done it, right? If you're in the early stages of business, find someone who breaks things down simply. If you're more advanced, you're going to look for content that is specific and challenges you to optimize and lead your business, right? Now, podcasts are free, right? They're flexible, and they're a great way to test whether someone might be a good future coach or mentor for you. So that's a great way to kind of binge and listen and see if how they teach and what they teach makes sense to you. And then you can connect with that person if they offer coaching or consulting. And then the third thing I want to talk about is paid or free membership communities. So these are typically online groups or platforms that offer ongoing support. Some include monthly trainings, Q&A sessions, access to a coach or a mentor or a team of coaches. Other types of communities or groups like this offer more focused peer support and accountability. Even very small communities and memberships can be helpful. So don't discount small but mighty groups, right? You can often get more support and more face time with the coach when the memberships are smaller in number. Now, this is a good fit for you if you need a lower cost support, but you also enjoy learning from others, asking questions, and if you thrive in a community setting. Now, if you want to keep the details of your business confidential, group or community types of coaching or types of memberships and community settings are probably not for you. I actually recently opened up a low-cost membership, and I think it's a really great time to share it with you because I announced it to my email list a couple of weeks ago, and I want to make sure that you know about it and can join. If you are a female entrepreneur, a woman business owner, especially if you are a solopreneur who is feeling stuck, overwhelmed, or you're just unsure how to grow your business, I want to invite you to She Builds Momentum. It's where we create momentum in your small business with actionable plans, things you can actually implement in your business so that you are less stressed and you have more time in your days. You can check it out at momentum.lindsayfletcher.co. I want you to know you are not alone as a small business owner. Maybe you're tired of spinning your wheels, you're trying to do it all yourself, or you're struggling to turn leads into consistent sales without burning the candle at both ends. Maybe you need clarity, you need confidence, you need a clear plan, but you don't want to feel salesy or overwhelmed. This is why I created She Builds Momentum. I have heard from so many women in small business that they just need a little bit of support. They just need a little bit of help. And so this monthly membership is for women entrepreneurs who want to break free from the frustration and confusion of growing their business, and they want to do it inside of a community. So here's what you get inside. You get live group coaching once a month, and you get live group training once a month. The trainings are actually recorded and then put into a client portal that you have access to as a member. So we cut through the noise. We teach you exactly what to do to build a business that works for you without burnout or complicated things, right? This group also offers a supportive community of like-minded women who get it, who will cheer you on, hold you accountable, and help you push past the overwhelm. If you need a clear path forward, we have monthly topics that are focused on sales, marketing, mindset, time management, branding, so that you always know what to focus on in those areas, okay? So the confidence to show up and sell your products or services in the way that feels authentic and people first is the goal, right? So imagine waking up every week with a plan you trust, knowing that you're making steady progress and having support that keeps you going forward, even on the hard days. She Builds Momentum is the space to grow your sales and your business without the overwhelm, without burnout, without posting on social media and living on your phone 24/7. We're taking the guesswork out of it. So if you're ready to stop struggling and start seeing real progress, real momentum, this membership is designed for you, and I would love to have you in it. So go to momentum.lindsayfletcher.co to check it out. I'll link it in the show notes. All right. I'll move on from my little pitch there because I really would love to have you inside there. Once you've narrowed down the kind of support that you need, whether that's a business coach, a group program, a membership like She Builds Momentum, you want to make sure that it's the right fit because coaching is definitely an investment of your time, your money, and your trust. And I've had a really great business coach, and I have purchased very high ticket things that I already knew all of the information and they delivered nothing of value to me. So before you sign on, here are a few questions to ask and to get answers to. And I'm going to give you the list now, right? So number one, what's your coaching style? Are they more structured and strategy focused? Do they lean into mindset work? Do they challenge you, or are they your cheerleader, right? You want someone whose energy and style match how you work best. For me personally, I need accountability. I want accountability. I want a coach that's going to say, Lindsay, you told me last week or you told me last month that you were going to do this. Did you do it and how did it work? Because if I know I'm going to be asked those questions, I'm going to implement what it is that we've decided on, and then I'm going to show up with results, right? And that's going to keep me accountable and building momentum in my business. Now, the second question you want to ask are, what kinds of results have your clients seen? Now, you may find a new coach or a new business owner in the coaching space. So if that's the case, please don't discount them. They oftentimes know exactly what they're doing and how to teach it. So if it's a new business coach, someone that's kind of new to the business space, ask them what kinds of results they have seen for themselves and what kinds of results they expect to deliver for you. If it's a seasoned business coach, then you want to know what kinds of results that they've seen for their clients. So ask for specific examples or case studies, what types of transformations their clients have had, whether it's more revenue, whether it's better systems, whether it's increased confidence, right? Whatever your goal is, does that match what they've seen with their clients? The third question would be, who is your coaching designed for? A great coach will be very clear. They'll have a very clear message on who they serve best, and just as clear on who they don't want to serve as well, right? So they'll know who they don't match well, and they'll know who they can coach the best. This is key for making sure that you're in the right room with the right coach. Question number 4 is, what type of support is included? So will you get access to them in between calls? Is there a community component? Are there resources or trainings included? Do you have access to those? Are they recorded, right? Question number 5, what's the time commitment? Is this a weekly call, a monthly check-in? Are you expected to complete lessons or homework? Like, what is it that you're supposed to do in the in-between? You want to be sure that the program matches your bandwidth. If you are someone who's a solopreneur and you're wearing all the hats, a weekly coaching call with a course on top of it or some sort of training on top of it that you have to complete may not be the right fit for your season. Question number 6, how do you measure success with your clients? Okay, this tells you whether they care more about the vanity metrics or whether they care about real sustainable growth. And if their definition of success matches yours, right? My definition of success now is not what it used to be. And so my definition of success today may not match what your definition of success is in your season of life, okay? Question number 7. What happens if I fall behind, or what happens if I get stuck? Life happens, right? Like, will you be met with a disappointed coach, or will you be met with a coach who understands life happens and will help you get unstuck and, catch back up or get back on track, right? It's all about knowing how they will respond when you hit a rough patch. Question number 8, can I hear from your past clients? People can post whatever they want on their websites. All of my testimonies on my website are real. However, if I were a dishonest human being, which I'm not, but if I were, I could post whatever I wanted on my website. I could make up testimonials. So feel free and don't hesitate to ask a coach that you might be hiring or that you're interested in hiring if you can connect with someone that they've worked with before. You're not being pushy. You're being a smart, intentional buyer, okay? So don't hesitate to ask to be connected with someone they're currently coaching or someone they've coached in the past for an honest glimpse into what happens inside of their coaching programs. Okay, to wrap it up, we've talked about micro versus macro coaching. So overall picture versus specific area of your business. We've talked about one-on-one coaching versus group coaching. And then we've also talked about business coaches versus life coaches and what might be most appropriate for you in those 3 areas. We've also talked about alternatives to coaching like self-paced courses, podcasts that are free. Sometimes there's also paid podcasts that you can purchase, right? Or you can subscribe to through like a low-cost membership. That's also another thing that I didn't mention earlier. And then the third way would be a paid or a free membership type of community. Now, if you are a small business owner who is focused on the area of sales and marketing, I am a sales and marketing coach, and I would love the opportunity to work with you. I do short-term consulting where I do training and I coach your team on specific topics. I also can do a longer-term type of coaching with you and your team, and I do them in person if you're in the local Houston area. I also can do them virtually if you're not inside of my little bubble here locally. If you're looking for group coaching, I offer the She Builds Momentum group coaching where you get one training a month, one group coaching session a month, and then a community where I do check in weekly and make sure that everyone's on track and staying focused. We are a small but mighty group, but that also means that you get my attention and you get my feedback directly, as well as the members of the group. There's some really smart women in there, and I am learning from them as well. So if that sounds like something you are interested in, you can either email me at hello@lindsayfletcher.co, or you can check out the group membership at momentum.lindsayfletcher.co. All of this will be in the show notes, so you can take a look there. All right. I hope this was helpful. This is the end of a series on how to hire a business coach. Go back to episode 79 and revisit the questions to determine whether there are areas of your business that you need a coach in, or if overall you do. And then this episode, again, on the different types of coaching and how you might implement a coach into your business. All right, that's the end. That's a wrap on the 2-part series. I hope you have a wonderful week, and I will talk to you next week. I'm praying for you, and I'm praying for your business.